Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, this one's a little different for my channel. I heard good things about this game, Orcs Must Die 3, and I wanted to see for myself. I got it for a really good price. I want to say it was like less than $8 over on cdkeys.com, and I started playing it. So let's just start at the beginning. So this is a dungeon-based, scenario-based, what I think is loosely called a tower defense game, right? So let's look at the options here. Graphics are pretty standard. I have VSync off for better frames. I didn't get any frame tearing. And you can see I have everything up on Ultra, and I have an absolute potato for a video card at 1080 that I can't find a damn replacement for. I got the money, just can't find a 3080 or a 3070 or a 3060 Ti. I don't want a 3060, but a 3060 Ti would be good. But so anyway, the graphical options are fine, and the game looks fine. You can see, you get here. This is basically the end game visuals, right? And you have these modes of play. So the old friends, that's the main campaign for this new game. It's oh gosh, how many scenarios we talking here? Let's see. So you got North Wing. This is your starter, and I hope you like it because you're gonna be playing it over and over and over and over and over. Oh my god, you're gonna play this scenario so many times. And so you've got these, and you can see I'm not particularly great. I mean, this is War Mage, so this is the normal difficulty setting. And so you've got 18 maps. I have finished this, but I finished it on Apprentice. I just haven't got, and the reason I haven't done it on War Mage is because it takes forever, and I don't particularly care for it, and I don't want to do it again. So that should tell you where this review is going. So the game does have 3 difficulties, okay? So you got Apprentice, War Mage, and Rift Lord. I recommend you start on Apprentice and play every single map on Apprentice, okay? And the reason is for these skulls here, okay? Skulls are very, 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 very important in this game. This is basically your experience, is skulls. And what you want to do as you play, and this is the part of the game that I think is the most fun, is unlocking all of these thingy-dingies, okay? So you have traps. This is a tower defense game, and traps are critical. They are a key aspect of the gameplay. And you have floor traps, like this acid geyser, and you have wall traps and ceiling traps. And you want to mix and match these because it's kind of like a card game system in that you have a limited number of items. See, this is all items, so this is traps, weapons, and trinkets. And so weapons is exactly what you'd expect, kind of an RPG element to this. And you've got melee, and you've got ranged. And unfortunately, and you say I haven't unlocked everything, but unfortunately, there are some really good weapons in here, and there are some really shit weapons in here. I'm looking at you, Elven Swords and Flame Bracer. I've seen people make melee work. I'm not one of those people. I had to go range. Coffee. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of pissed me off. I don't like being forced into a style of gameplay. I'm a melee guy. I like melee. I prefer melee. And you make me go range. I don't like that. In my opinion, the magic longbow is the best weapon in the game, and there's a lot of people who think this. There's a lot of people who like the crossbow. I get it. The crossbow is good. A lot of people like the blunderbuss. I get it. The blunderbuss is good. I prefer the long-range accuracy of the longbow and the bleed effect that it applies. Many of these others, like the ice amulet, is really nice, really important. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating that, you know, more weapons aren't what I would call viable. And then your trinkets, these things give you special effects, like this gives you a passive healing, this gives you some crowd control, this gives you mana, this allows you to, so I'll get to the gameplay in a second, but there's a rift you're trying to protect. The monsters are trying to get to the rift, you're trying to stop them from getting to the rift. This allows the rift to zap them. Okay? And and you can also occasionally you can summon up a lightning storm that's really, really powerful. Very, very nice trinket. So you see here, you use skulls to buy traps and trinkets and weapons, and then you use skulls to upgrade them. And that's very important. Okay? And then you can also unlock and level up different heroes, and they have different special abilities, and they have different stats. So different heroes are better at, you know, combat, or better at magic and that kind of thing. So these are all very important concepts. All right, so we've looked at the scenarios. The gameplay loop is essentially play on Apprentice all the way through, play on War Mage all the way through. Right? You see what I'm getting at here? You're going to play these same 18 scenarios over and over and over and over, and you're especially going to play this one, Northwing. I think I've played Northwing 200 times. 100 times. I don't know how. I lost count. I am so sick of Northwing I could scream. Okay? The other aspects you have here, you have Drastic Steps. This is a DLC expansion that I got in my $8 purchase. So, I mean, at $8, yeah, you know, it's a bargain. But I don't love this game because it's just the same damn thing over and over and over, and I don't think that same thing is particularly compelling. Now, I freely admit that's personal preference. There are people who love this game and play it over and over and over and over and over again because they're going for high scores. The problem with that, okay, so you look, let me see, I didn't do particularly well on the DLC, but if you go and look at the main campaign, I've got some pretty good scores in here. Let me see, I did well on side entrance. Yeah, okay, Hidden Dock. I got Hidden Dock down pretty well. Now look at the leaderboard. You watch this. 211 million. Come on. Come on. Okay? This is... These four, they're cheats. And these are probably cheats as well. It's just insane. There's no fucking way that these are legitimate scores. I mean, I'm bad, but I'm not that bad. I mean, holy fuck. You know? So yeah, cheating is rampant in this game. And so if you want to be on the leaderboards, and that's something that you get into, which I'm not saying it's something that's really important to me, but it's really frustrating to look at one of my best scores of 613,000, and then you go to the leaderboard and it's 211 million. I mean, are you shitting me? That's a, what is that? That's a factor of, oh god, a factor of 10 would be 6 million. So a factor of 100 would be 60 million. So we're talking a factor of 200. These people are 200 times better than me? No. No way. I don't buy it. Again, I'm not saying I'm the best at this game, but for shit's sake. Scramble. I don't like Scramble. the idea here is you pick. So you have a tier 1 map, and you get these debuffs, okay? And some of these, not all debuffs are created equal, and it's randomized, and it's just, I mean, if you're really, really, really good at the game, you can overcome some of this stuff, but I did not like Scramble at all. And Endless, oh my god, Endless. Okay, so I got 4.1 million. Let's take a look here. That's not quite so bad, right? It's a little bit closer, you know. So 4.1 million. So factor of 10 would be 40. So not so well. About a factor of 200 still. Yeah, right. Endless is so annoying. I can't tell you how much I hate Endless. I did this Endless. At an hour, I got sick of it. And I just let the monsters through. And it's just like, I don't want to sit here and do this for an hour. Are you kidding me? So yeah, I'm not a fan of Endless. And I tried some of the weekly challenges, and these are just annoying. I'm not interested in these restrictions. So you see you have no war machines. Your loads full damage traps, but they're all unupgraded, and it's no. I hate the weekly challenges. Yeah, it's just bad. It's so frickin' bad. Well, let's turn this down to Apprentice so I can just goof around, because I really don't want to. Oh, I'll show you some gameplay here.
Maximilian is gone.
Oh.
No one knows where he is.
Yeah, there's kind of a story. And I mean kinda. Okay, so
okay, that is definitely not an order rift.
I mean, there's no story.
Yeah, I'd like to tell you I'd use that, but I didn't.
And so you have these.
Correct, Kelsey. That rift is different. Quickly.
You have these dungeons.
I will instruct you further when I can.
And
how do we hear her when we can't see her?
the dungeon layouts are pretty darn cool.
Let's try out these traps for real.
They've done some. So this is the portal you're defending. You see, I have that portal, that 20 at the top. That's my portal count. So if 20 monsters get through the portal, I lose. Okay, but the thing is, you don't want one monster to get into the portal, because you want a perfect rating, okay? Because that's how you get skulls. Now the other thing you want to do is you don't want to take damage. If you take 1 point of damage, you lose a skull. And then you get bonuses for new high score and new highest combo and some of these other things, but really you're going to get 3 or 4 skulls per scenario, right? All right, so you start with some money. You see I have 4,000 money in the bottom left corner, and these traps have an associated cost. You can see this one is 800, and then this one is, so this one's 700. This is the acid trap, okay? And so you have floor traps, right? And so you can go like this, and there's a floor trap. And now any monster that walks over this is going to get splashed with acid, and that's great. This is one of my favorite traps. I like this trap. And then you have you got the lasers. These are cool. So any monster that walks through here, and so but what you want to do is you want to stack these things up. That's the game. That's the game. That's the gameplay loop. And it's learning how to stack up different trap types, because like this is arcane. This does arcane damage. And then what you can do is you can do something like this. Let me rotate this here. Now that cannon does frost, okay? And so you start to stack up these bonuses and you'll get higher score. Initially, when you're learning the game, you're just trying to learn how to control the monsters, right? But, and I'll just go ahead and unleash the horde here. And some weapons provide combo points, okay? So you get combo points for all the different status effects that are on the monster when it dies. And being up in the air is a combo point. I mean, you have to forgive me, I haven't played in a while here, so. And you make more money by getting these combo points, okay? And you see how that frost cannon fired off right there, alright? And now you got your next wave, and I'll show you a particularly good, some of these better. Now see, you can rotate traps. Now you have to be careful with this saw trap, because like if you put it like this, that's which direction the blades are going to go. And you want these blades to bounce all over the place. And one of the best places to put these things is in situations like this. And put one up and one down. And when the monsters walk through here, you get this crazy saw blade bouncing back and forth effect. And it's just nuts. And by the way, in the upper right hand corner you have a par time, kind of like par in golf. You want to finish under par to get the perfect rating. And the reason I'm aiming down at their feet is because I'm applying a bleed effect. And you see that big ×3? That's the combo points, okay? And you get extra money and extra points. And so if you're going for high score, which quite frankly, high score is the only thing to do in this game once you've finished all the maps. Let me go ahead and put another laser right there, and then we'll put another. Like I said, I'm rusty, so. And so this is what you do. You make these kill boxes. See, I got a 6 there. I have gotten a few 10s here and there, but I haven't been able to consistently replicate that. But this is it. This is the game. Okay. You can pull headshots, and headshots help. You know. There's a 7. And this is Apprentice. This is the easiest map on the easiest mode. I'm just doing this to show you what the gameplay is like. I might throw some of the. I've got some recordings on some of the later maps. And let's see here, number 5, and then like I said, no. I gotta hurry up. I'm gonna lose my par here. But this is it. You know, you're just trying to finish these maps on par, and you're doing this to get skulls, to level up, to unlock new traps, new weapons, new hero. I think a lot of the heroes, I think they unlock only through you have to finish the main campaign. But now the bow has a special effect. You can turn it into a line, which some people like. I prefer the shotgun effect. See, I almost lost my perfect there. And you see I'm rusty. There we go. And so that's your victory, right? And now you're going to get awarded some skulls. That's really all you care about at this point, is getting skulls. I think I'll get 3, maybe 4. Just kind of depends, right? And then you can click on upgrade. You can go back to the campaign. Okay. And then you come in here and you look for traps you haven't unlocked. Some of these traps, I think I'm still. Yeah, there we go. So like this is a war scenario, and let's see. Oh, yeah, whatever. I clicked on the wrong thing, but I don't care. So you can also spend skulls to unlock new traps, like buy this one, right? Although the Haymaker really isn't that good, and that's the loop. That's the whole loop. All right. there are war scenarios. These are large. They're massive, massive battles, and you get different types of you get different war scenario traps or war machines, and they're interesting. And you know, there's an intellectual part to going in here and figuring out how to play these different maps, and that can be fun, but at a certain point, like I'll show you this the first war scenario you get here. Where is it? Is it this? Oh, okay, yeah, it's this one. Okay, I'll just show you the map real quick, and there they go trying to do their version of story, which there ain't really a story here. Okay, and so
we are once again, friend Vorwick, fighting the
you can see the
largest orc
ghost
armies ever
image.
assembled.
I welcome it, friend.
Okay, so that's where that's the pathing the monsters are going to take, and that'll help you figure
They
out
are far more willing to die for
where
their cause than our own
to put your
order
traps
witches.
and whatnot.
They're definitely
And so that's
stubborn.
fun, you
Or
know.
perhaps just
But then once you figure it out,
Nonetheless,
and you start,
their numbers are no
you know, and then
match
you
for
play it a
my
couple times to
strength
try to get
and
higher
your
score,
knowledge
and
of
then
rift magic.
that's it. You know, and with this game, and you can see on the right, those are the war machines, and like, so this is a really good. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that with the slanted sides. That was a mistake. But you know, this is a war machine. There are knights. These are really good.
This will wipe them out.
These guys jump off their pedestal and they run out and fight for you. They're really strong. The problem with the knights is you're going to get really low score. Excuse me, coffee. You're going to get really low score using the knights. But the knights will solo this for you. You can just flop down a bunch of knights and you will win. Okay. On this one. Later ones, I don't think you can do that. The later ones are much larger. And this is a much larger map. If you wanted, you could put the big flip traps here. There's big floor flip traps, and you can aim them this direction and flip the monsters into the lava. But they're not that effective because the recharge on them is so lengthy. And there's these little shits called kobold runners, and they're much faster than the normal monsters, and they ruin your traps. They run through your traps and set them off, and then your trap is on cooldown, and so by the time the real threat gets there, the kobolds have ruined all your traps. And they've put in all these teleportation doors, and quite frankly, I don't use them. I probably should. You know, you could drop a bunch of you get these banks of archers, and you can drop them like here, and they're actually quite good.
How could they continue to seeing this?
They're expensive, but they work very well. But yeah, the problem with this game for me, I really enjoyed the first 10 hours. I was exploring the various weapons and the various traps, and that was cool, and I was enjoying that. And then I think that was about when I pretty much had the game figured out at that point. And so the middle 20 hours was me replaying the main campaign on War Mage, and then I did do a few on Rift Lord, and I did okay, but Rift Lord is so much more difficult than the other two settings, because what happens is you don't get the timers. I mean, you get a short timer in between waves, whereas in the other two difficulties, you decide when to launch the waves with the G button. That goes away on Rift Lord. Okay, you had better be fast placing new traps. And the other thing that I royally despised, what they started doing later. So you can see how this war scenario, this is the easiest one, because the red marker on the minimap up there, that's the origin point for the monsters that are going to come and try to attack your defenses. Later war scenarios, they start opening up monster access ports in places you never expected, and it was really frustrating and annoying, and it just royally pissed me off, and I did not like that at all. I thought it was a cheap move on the part of the developers, and I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. And basically what happens is you need to play every single map in this game on Apprentice and then on War Mage to learn the cheap bullshit crap the devs are going to pull on you so that you can succeed. On a lot of these maps, if you can win them first time, great. But you see this guy has the teleport, which is actually pretty useful. Yeah, it's the kind of, because I like to get in here, you know, I like chess, I like strategy games, and so I like to get in, look at the map, analyze what traps to bring, what weapon to use, what character to use, and it's an intellectual puzzle, and that's fun. I enjoy that. But when you pull these surprise moves on me halfway through the scenario, I can't plan for that. You know, we'll adapt. Well, yeah, no, because some of these maps, like there are maps where there are very few walls, and so if you bring a lot of wall traps, you're screwed. There are maps where there's just not a lot of opportunities to use ceiling traps. Once again, you're screwed. And like in this map, what I like to do is I run lasers under here. But since I selected the curved walls, now my setup is ruined. Right? And if you don't realize that, you gotta start over. So, yeah. This game, Orcs Must Die 3. The other game I've played that's similar to this is, of course, 7 Days to Die. It's kind of a tower defense game. It's an open world RPG. It's kind of I guess it's a third-person shooter, I guess. But every 7 days, you're going to get a horde of zombies. And so you have to learn how to build your base to withstand the horde, the wave after wave after wave on Horde Night. And so in that respect, the two games are similar. And I think that 7 Days to Die is just head and shoulders more fun than this game. This game is super repetitive. You know, I've got over 200 hours in 7 Days to Die. I was sick of this game at 30. I mean, I was absolutely just sick of it. Fed up with it. Frustrated with it. Tired of it. It wasn't entertaining me anymore. I forced myself to play another 10 hours to unlock some more, more of the traps and more of the weapons, and I wanted to get through the DLC. And the DLC, oh god, the DLC introduces flyers. They are so annoying. They are pests. They are royal pains in the asses. I don't enjoy facing the flyers at all. I will not replay the DLC maps because I loathe the flyer mechanic. I don't think the game is properly constructed to have flying enemies. But I will say one thing. This is a bug-free game. I can't even remember getting hit with a bug. It's never crashed. It's never locked up. I haven't lost any gameplay, haven't lost any save games. Really rock solid in terms of its technical development. And you can see the graphics. The graphics work. You know, it kind of looks like World of Warcraft. You know, it's this kind of RPG, cartoony kind of. Yeah, it works. It works just fine for me. You know, I played a lot of WoW, so this style of art works for me just fine, you know, and I think the graphics work great for the game. The game is rock solid, no bugs, no crashes. That's awesome. I just think this gameplay loop of 17 maps played over and over and over and over again, trying to get higher scores. No, it's not for me. Not for me at all. Honestly, for me, this game's a 5. I respect its technical proficiency, and what it does well. It just doesn't do that much. It's a very shallow, simplistic game. It feels like, I mean, because it came out on Stadia, so yeah, you know, even PlayStation and Xbox users look down on Stadia, and for good reason. Stadia is a very limited, and some might say crappy platform. And, you know, I'm running it on a PC, which, you know, Stadia compared to a PC is like, you know, comparing a Cray supercomputer to a Casio wristwatch. And this game was developed for the Stadia. It was a Stadia exclusive for quite a while. And it's just really shallow, simplistic. It has no replay value for me whatsoever. If I wasn't intending to do a review for this game, I would have quit it 25 hours. And, you know, for me, you know, I've got 2,000 hours in Skyrim and Fallout 4. You know, I play the hell out of games that I like. Yeah, I don't like this game. You might like this game, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not a lesser person. I'm not a better gamer than you. I'm not a better person than you. I just don't like this kind of game. You might. If you dig going after high scores, you could enjoy this. And at $8, shit, man, you get 8 hours of entertainment out of this. It's a win, right? $1 per hour. It's quite a value. But when I look at games like Valheim and 7 Days to Die, which I got around for the same price, and I got, you know, hundreds of hours of entertainment out of those two titles for $8, $10, $15. Sorry, those are much better values for me, because those are the kind of games I like, and I wanted to try something a little different, and it did not work for me. So for me, this game's a 5. For you, it might. Hell, some people, they've got hundreds and hundreds of hours in this game, and hey, more power to them. You know, Captain Kirk, bless you. I don't like it. If you like the games I play on my channel, and if you agree with the things that I say about those games, steer clear of this game. But if you dig going for high scores, if you dig trying to squeeze that last bit of personal skill and performance out of your games, you might like this. And if you can get it for $8 over on cdkeys.com, yeah, what a value. Anyway, guys, so that's it. That's my review of Orcs Must Die 3. A 5 for me. It's a flawed title in terms of its base gameplay loop, and I don't think I don't think you can fix it. You know, because for me, this is just not my style of game at all. But kudos to the developers for making a rock solid game. The game delivers exactly what it promises. I respect that. It's a fantastic value if you can get it for. I wouldn't pay $30 for this. Hell no. But if you can get it on sale for $8, $9, $10, $15, and you like this kind of game, this is a really good one. This is a solid one. Now, I think 7 Days to Die is a better defense game, tower defense game, base defense game, dungeon defense game, whatever the hell you want to call it. So, anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you next time. Y'all have a good one.